Now, when I first got started in graphic design, when I first started doing graphic design for other people, I loved having creative freedom. So I love people just being able to just tell me, well, I want this logo, or I want this flyer, or I want this, and not give me any kind of details as to what direction they wanted me to go in, what kind of artistically what they wanted. Just wanted me to make something. I didn't know what to do, and I could just somehow figure out what they wanted without them telling me, and just present them with a great product or a great design that they were like, wow, wow, wow. And so I had like a few of those in a row at the beginning. But then I came to, as experience taught me, creative clarity is much more important, and creative clarity is better than creative freedom. Now, I love creative freedom. I love people entrusting me that much to where they know that I'll somehow get the vision that they want. But having creative clarity gives you a security. It gives you a direction to go in. It gives you the information that you'll need to be able to make it right with the least amount of revisions possible. So, as great as creative freedom is, creative clarity is more important. Designing for someone without knowing the project's limitations or requirements or any background will put you in a situation to where you're pretty much shooting in the dark. You sketch stuff, you go into your Adobe program of choice, and you start designing, and you have all these great ideas you think you have, and you're ready to present the idea to the client, and you present it to the client, and the client's like, this is not at all what I wanted. That's your fault. That'll be the designer's fault because you didn't ask enough questions ahead of time. That's why before I take on any new client, I have my client questionnaire that I have to where it gives me like a lot of information about the project as well as the client. So it's always better to be crystal clear about the direction that you're trying to go into, what the deliverables need to be, as well as what's the inspiration behind this? Like, what is the motivation behind this? So you need to know exactly what you're trying to do, why you're trying to do it, and for whom you're trying to do it. The more knowledge you have ahead of time, the more efficient you can be. And the more efficient you are, the higher the chances of success. Sometimes limitations can actually unlock new potential creativity. There's a certain level of accomplishment that comes from producing something really creative, really unique, really accurate in that tight space. Like, so if you can come up with something that's perfect for that project, that matches all the criteria, that matches all the requirements, that can be used everywhere it needs to be used, you really have that extra sense of accomplishment. You have really that extra gold star that lets you know that you really were able to problem solve in a very productive and efficient manner. The more creative clarity that you have, the more accurate you can be with your work and more efficient you can be with your time. So that means less revisions. So if you and the client, or if you're the client, you and the designer have a conversation and you really get down to the point where both of you know exactly what you need and exactly what you're asking for, then that means there'll be less revisions. There'll be less, okay, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this, don't like that. You'll get to your solution much quicker if you put in that time, if you do your due diligence ahead of time before you go too deep down that rabbit hole. For myself as a design professional, it's not just my job to execute the initial idea. Sometimes it's my job to help the client really realize what they really need for the overall goal that they're trying to achieve. Each piece of information can unlock new and relevant ideas that can fuel your creativity. Communication breeds clarity, and that clarity oftentimes is much more important than creative freedom.